As we continue to celebrate Women's History Month here on Currents News, we'd like to tell you about a new book that highlights the women of the good book. The Women of the Bible Speak takes a closer look into the lives of 16 biblical warriors, women who were central figures in many Bible stories. Joining us now is the author of the book, Shannon Bream, who's also the anchor of Fox News Channel's Fox News at Night. And Shannon, first tell us what inspired you to write this book.
You know, Christine, it came about during the pandemic, and I found that there's so many stories about women that people don't know, whether they're people of faith or not. They're intimidated by the Bible or by religion. These are amazing standalone stories, and they were included in the Bible for a reason. So I became very inspired and encouraged at a time when we all really need it. So I hope that sharing these stories will help people to see that God uses great and small, flawed and faithful. And that in all of that, even when these women got wildly off track with their own plans, God redeemed all of it and he used it. And I think that that should be an encouraging message for all of us, as we all have different faith journeys, and all of us sometimes get off track. God can still use that.
Sure. And in the first chapter about Abraham's wife, Sarah, you write, like the men, the women of the Bible are complicated. It says, they are on the whole neither fully good nor completely bad people, but simply people in all their messy and uncomfortable humanity. And it's when we can see them in their full humanity that God can teach us something about ourselves. So what can we learn from the women of the Bible?
I love that these stories aren't sanitized, because I think the flaws are important for people to see and to know, okay, I can relate to that. I have lost my temper. I've fought with my siblings. I've made bad decisions. I've gone my own way. So I like that these women are not presented as fully faithful all the time without any fears, any concerns. They are like us. The problems they have are timeless. These women dealt with infertility and widowhood, betrayal, family spats, chronic illnesses, all of that. So I think it's very translatable to what we've been through in 2020 and now into 2021, that the problems these women had and the way they found their faith and God worked through them really apply to all of us today in the same way. God hasn't changed, and neither have any of our problems.
It's true. It's a lot of the struggles that we deal with today. So which woman in the Bible do you relate to the most? Who's your favorite?
You know, I love Deborah in the Old Testament. I love highlighting her story because she was a leader. She literally was the leader of the nation of Israel, and she led them into this battle that nobody thought on paper they could win, but she believed God had told her to go, and she didn't hesitate. So I would hope that I would grow to be more like Deborah all the time, not hesitating when there is a task in front of me or God asks me to step out in a way that feels impossible or uncomfortable. I love her faithfulness and the fact that she is a strong woman, when a lot of people don't know those kinds of women are highlighted and included in the Bible.
Has writing the book strengthened your faith?
I feel like it has, because we all needed that over the last year, a new grounding in permanent things, the things of eternity, because this world is easily shaken. We see so much despair, so much loss. And in reading these words, I felt, you know, I've read some of these verses time and time again, but they feel fresh to me. I feel like God is saying, I haven't changed no matter what happens in the world, no matter what you confront. I am always here. I'm faithful, and I'm waiting for you, whether you come to me in trouble or in a time of peace and blessing. I don't change, and I'm faithful.
And I love that this book comes during Women's History Month, because when people think of the Bible, they think of men, right?
Mm-hmm. It's true, and these stories are fascinating, and there's a reason they were included. We have faithful women like Hannah, who just went to the Lord with her vulnerability. She poured out her sorrow to him. She was dealing with infertility, and God answered her prayers, not right away, not maybe in the timing she would have wanted, but we see the progression of her faith and how year after year she kept asking. And God was faithful, and he heard her. We're told he heard her prayers. So I think that there are stories like that of just faithful, unknown, quiet women, and others who rose to prominence, like Queen Esther. We have Mary, the mother of Jesus, where even if you're not a person of faith, you know and admire this woman. So they're all included from different walks of life and all being used.
Really fascinating stories. Shannon Bream, author of The Women of the Bible Speak and anchor of Fox News at Night. Thanks for being here and sharing it with us.
Thank you, Christine.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell to get updates to all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.